Hey guys, Sean Nalawani here of bodytransformationtruth.com, and in today's video I want to outline 5 simple tips that you can employ to eliminate wrist and forearm pain during straight bar curls for your biceps. So straight bar curls have always been considered as the sort of bread and butter of solid biceps training, but many lifters do tend to end up with nagging wrist and forearm pain after performing heavy curls over a period of several months or years. So here's what you can do about it. Tip number 1 is to lighten up the load. Now this tip is the most obvious one, but if you're going overboard on total weight and aren't performing your curls with proper textbook form at all times, then obviously you're gonna run into problems eventually. So always make sure that you're using a weight that you can execute at least 5 perfect reps with by keeping your elbows pinned at your sides at all times, your shoulders stationary, and your back relatively straight, and using minimal to no momentum as you curl the weights up and down. Tip number 2 is to align your wrists in a neutral or slightly extended position. When most people perform their bicep curls, they end up flexing their wrist and their forearm at the same time, and this places a lot of undue stress on these areas that can definitely add up over time. So from now on, make sure that your wrist remains either neutral or even slightly extended whenever you execute any of your curling movements, because this is going to keep the majority of the tension on your biceps while taking the stress off of your wrists and forearms at the same time. Tip number 3 is don't grip the bar too wide or too narrow. The proper grip width for a straight bar curl should be about shoulder width apart. So if you go too wide, so several inches or more outside shoulder width, or too narrow, several inches or more inside shoulder width, you're gonna end up placing your wrists into an awkward, unnatural position that will greatly increase the chances of wrist and forearm pain. Tip number 4 is to use an easy curl bar instead of a straight bar. If you've employed the previous 3 tips that I just outlined and you're still experiencing a reasonable amount of pain, then this is gonna be your next option. The easy curl bar places your wrists at a slightly inward angle that puts less overall stress on your wrists and forearms. However, do keep in mind that this particular wrist angle also slightly reduces the tension on the biceps, and instead it shifts some of the load onto your brachialis, which is a separate muscle on the side of your arm between your biceps and your triceps. And because of this, I would only recommend making this switch to the easy curl bar if you can't find any way to make your straight bar curls more comfortable. And tip number 5 is to ditch the barbells altogether and use dumbbells instead. With dumbbells, there's virtually no limit to the different grips and angles that you can place your wrists at. So go ahead and try experimenting with some different variations until you find one that is most comfortable for you, whether that means performing them with your palms up, performing them in a twisting, supinating fashion, or just using a pure hammer grip. But also keep in mind that, like the easy curl bar, using a pure hammer style grip is also going to shift some of the stress off of your biceps and onto your brachialis. So to quickly recap the 5 tips that I just outlined to help you eliminate wrist and forearm pain during bicep curls. Number 1, make sure you're using a weight that you can execute at least 5 reps with in perfect form. Number 2, keep your wrist at a neutral or slightly extended angle as you curl the weight up and down. Number 3, always use a grip that is roughly shoulder width apart. Number 4, if those 3 tips don't solve the problem, then use an easy curl bar instead of a straight bar. And number 5, you can experiment with different grips and angles using dumbbells until you find a variation that is most comfortable for you. So thanks for watching this video lesson. I hope you found this information useful here today. If you did enjoy the video, as always, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. Make sure to check out my complete step-by-step muscle building and fat loss programs over at bodytransformationtruth.com. The link for that is in the description box below. And make sure to join the Facebook page for daily tips and updates. The link for that is also in the description box. Talk to you again soon.